Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV of Frederick. My name is Callie Say and I'm here in Transwest in Horse Trailer Sales. So for those of you that aren't familiar with us, we're right off I-25, about 30 minutes north of Denver. We are dealers for new Cimarrons and Logans, and then we also keep a large variety of used trailers that come in on trade or that we buy outright. So for those of you that are looking for just a really great run around bumper pull, I've got one right behind me that is probably going to catch your eye. We've got it in a variety of different setups here sitting on the lot right now. So if you want maybe this exact trailer in a 3-horse, give us a call and we can let you know what options we might have. So first off, what I've got here today is a 2023 Cimarron Norstar 2-horse bumper pull. So for those of you that aren't familiar with Cimarrons, our Cimarrons are built in Oklahoma. The Cimarron trailer is a completely custom trailer. So if you want something that you can add length to your stalls, maybe you need to make it extra tall, maybe you want your tack room a little bit bigger, different load style, these are all options that Cimarron can do. And we build a lot of really cool custom trailers at Cimarron. But when we order for inventory, we like to keep a lot of our really nice little upgrades on these, but we don't go too crazy and overboard on them. So for these inventory trailers, we usually order them in at 7'1" tall and 6'10" wide. That is a standard width and height. I've got some quarter horses that have plenty of room in these trailers. If you've got big warm blood horses, you might want to step up to some of our extra tall, extra wide models. First thing you'll notice on this trailer is this 3-foot tongue here. So from here to the very front there, you've got 3 feet. I like that extra long tongue that Cimarron does. It gives you a little bit more clearance, less likely to get into the back of your truck. If you've got a motorhome that you're pulling behind, you can actually have Cimarron build an extended tongue here. So they'll do like a 3.5-foot tongue, which just gives you even more clearance to turn around. We always do the diamond plate on the very front of these trailers. On your bumper pulls, you get a lot of road blast right in this section here. Another cool thing about these Cimarrons is if you want this diamond plate to run higher, you've got different increments that you can run it. So that's a custom option. We like to do this stainless nose on the very front. It's just a lot more sturdy than these 050 aluminum sheets that are on the side. And like I said, this is where you're gonna get a lot of that road blast there. These trailers are really sharp looking trailers. I don't think anybody ever looks at a Cimarron and doesn't think it's a really cool looking trailer. There's some other things that we can do to dress them up. We chose to do a charcoal metallic sheet on this one in particular, but we also carry whites and silver metallics. We do a champagne, which is like a gold, and then they have a whole array of custom colors that you can pick and choose from if that is what you're looking to do. But this charcoal metallic, a lot of people really like this color. If it gets in the sun, it kind of changes colors just a bit, enough to make it interesting, but it still looks good pulled behind a variety of different truck colors. As we work our way around here, something you'll notice on this Cimarron is this huge 42-inch wide door. That is something that we order on every one of our inventory trailers. When we have a swing out saddle rack like this, we like to have a little bit of clearance to, number one, get this out without the blanket bars rubbing, but number two, it gives us a nice alleyway between the saddles to get in and out of our tack room without having to push our saddles back in. So this is a really, really great feature. The 42-inch wide door, it's one of their options. It's something that we do on every single one. Another thing we do is this fold-up step here. We found that even on these standard width trailers, you'll have the running board that can go all the way to the front, but these fold-down steps you'll never lose if you have one of these. It just makes it so much easier for people to get in and out, cuts the distance in almost half that you have to step in and out. And when you're carrying a lot of things, having this nice wide step that folds flat against your trailer is a really, really nice little feature to have. You've also got a brush box right on the door there. It's got little drainage holes in it, so if you need to, you can rinse it out. I know a lot of people throw like their fly sprays and stuff like that in here, and that stuff tends to to tip over and leak in the summer, so it's really nice to be able to just rinse this out when it gets really cruddy. On this door here, you've got a little window. That's just really nice to have in case you've got some sweaty saddle pads in here that you want to dry out a little bit on your way home. It's going to get some air and ventilation moving through here so that it doesn't hold on to a lot of those odors. So in this tack room, you'll notice we've got a big row of bridle hooks, and we always carpet behind our bridle hooks on our Cimarron trailers. We know that our horses are riding right on the other side of this wall, and we want it to be really quiet and comfortable for them while they travel. So they don't really want to hear your bits swinging back and forth. Another reason they do the carpet is those bits on this white aluminum sheeting will really scratch it up, and it'll show the gray underneath. So having this carpet is a must-have on these trailers. A lot of people think that these bridle hooks are just plastic, but they're actually aluminum. They're very strong, and we can always go in and add more bridle hooks. So even if it's one in inventory that only has a certain amount, we can always have our technicians here at Transwest install more hooks for you if you need them. We've been optioning all of these with a nice little corner water tank. These little 25-gallon water tanks are so nice to have. You can bring your own water from home, or if you don't know how long you're going to be gone, it's just nice to have the ability to have your own water on your trailer. It's got a little hose down there, so if you want to fill buckets to rinse your horses off afterwards, it's just a really nice little feature. This is pretty unused space right here, so having the ability to have this space useful and used is really, really nice little option. On this trailer, you've got an LED light in the tack room. These OptiBrite lights are so cool. At night, this thing will be light as day. It's crazy how much those LED OptiBrite lights put out. These are standard on our Cimarron trailers now, so you're gonna see them in the tack room as well as the stall area. Having these white sheets in here with that OptiBrite, it's gonna be like daylight in here. You're gonna love having this tack room. This is a really spacious tack room for a little 2-horse bumper pull. I know I've got a Cimarron sitting at home, and it's got a slightly smaller tack room than this, and I love the 4.5-foot tack room that they do on these Cimarrons with swing out saddle racks. Up in the corner here, you've got a little clothes rod. You can hang all your jackets or show shirts up there, get them out of the way. It's just really nice to have high storage in your trailer. And then bumper pulls, because we don't have kind of that flat wall and a gooseneck. Their spare tires are usually going to go in this front tack here. And what I like about these Cimarron trailers is your spare is going to be the same that you have running on the ground. So you're not going to have a subpar spare on this trailer. It's not going to be a steel wheel. It's going to be match. So nobody's going to know that you have a spare under your trailer if you ever have to change it out. Every Cimarron comes standard with aluminum wheels. We can usually choose between a black aluminum or a silver aluminum. This one with the charcoal metallic sheets, we thought it would look really good with those black spoke wheels. Every single one is nitrogen filled, so especially on cold mornings like today, where if you're gonna hook this trailer on and drive and all of a sudden it warms up to 50 degrees, what you worry about is those tires starting out cold and then warming up and expanding too much, and that can create blowouts on your trailers, which you never want if you're hauling horses. So having the nitrogen filled, it doesn't expand and contract quite as much as regular air, and that's going to help prevent a lot of those blowouts. If you need to, top this trailer up with just regular air. That's easy to do. It's not going to affect anything. The only thing you won't gain is you won't get that benefit of the nitrogen. So as we work our way around here, this trailer's running on two 3,500-pound rubber torsion axles. When you step into a 3-horse on the Cimarrons, you're gonna step into a bigger axle size, but it's plenty of axle underneath this trailer for this size. As we work our way up here, you'll notice these fenders here, they're actually bolt-on. So one of the things that we find with Cimarron is that the cost of ownership is usually a lot less than another trailer. So they might be a little bit more expensive to get into, but over the life of the trailer, you're gonna spend less money on maintenance, less money on repairs, and you're gonna have higher resale value. So in the end, it usually balances out very well. These bolt-on fenders are really nice because if for some reason you do have a blowout, they can just ship you a new fender. It's easy to have a mechanic swap those out right away, and it's going to be like nothing ever happened. So really, really nice little feature there. Just one of the examples of how Cimarron kind of helps with the cost effectiveness of owning these trailers. So we work our way up. You'll notice we've got these huge bus windows on the hip side here. Now we've got several different options for trailers here on the lot. We'll either do a stock sided hip side, we'll do drop down windows, or these bus windows here. If you wanted to, you could go in and do as much as drop down on one, bus on the other. You could put a drop down in the rear door. So there's a lot of customizing you can do. We find that this setup works really, really well. You get kind of, it's like one step above the stock sides that you have to take in and out, but you also aren't going with the full cost of another drop down window. These Cimarrons stay nice and cool. They've got an insulated roof, so having that bus window, you still get tons of air that moves through, which is really nice to keep your trailer nice and cool. Right up above, you've got a 16-inch awning light. We've got one of those on each side of the trailer. Once again, it's going to throw off a lot of light. Everybody's going to love parking next to you at shows because your lights are probably going to light up their area as well. Those are LED, and they have a lot less power draw, and they last a lot longer. So as we work our way around here, I've got this kind of set up as a 60-40 split here. What's really nice, if you have super well broke horses that you only have to open one door to get in and out, you've got that bigger portion there that you can open on the hip side, and that little strap that goes across. If you've got horses that are maybe a little more nervous, need a little bit more room to get in and out, or maybe you've got to load something in there that's a little bit bigger, you can swing these up. You've got holdbacks on each door. Gives you a nice wide area to load these horses in and out. One of the things I love about my Cimarron trailer is how bright they are on the inside. They carry those 050 aluminum sheets that are white all around on the interior. The horse area is lined and insulated, so they're going to stay cooler just on the sidewalls as well. But it makes it nice and inviting for a horse to get in and out. It's not like you're trying to load them into a cave that they are nervous about. These dividers are super simple to operate. It's supposed to be one-handed access for everything. So usually what are you doing when you're loading horses in and out? So you've got one hand on the lead rope. You don't want to have to struggle with a horse that's nervous to undo a pin or anything like that. It's just easy spring-loaded divider here. The spring load is really nice because especially if you're parked somewhere kind of flat, it's going to hold it nice and steady against the back. You're not going to have to worry about that divider swinging closed on top of you. We've got roof vents on each stall here, so you can get more airflow moving through here. And then something that's really nice is you've got kit mats all the way around here. So number one, it keeps it a little bit quieter, but also if you've got horses that are a little antsy when you travel, this is going to hold up a lot better than just having the aluminum sheets go down. These kick mats are really nice because there's actually a mesh on the inside. So one of the things that we used to struggle with is if a horse just sat there and pawed, they would easily rip through the kick mat, but that mesh is a lot stronger and it helps from having it just tear away from the wall there. Now if a horse is really motivated, they're still going to figure out a way to get through it, but we usually keep this kick mat in stock. So if you need to bring it in for repair, it's something we can do here. Another thing you can do on these Cimarrons, you can switch out your divider type. So if you wanted this divider to be a full stud divider or a bar type divider or a completely enclosed divider, you can have all of those options. We can go in and pad it. We've got the padding here, or you can have it done at Cimarron. So there's tons of options just within the stall area that you can do. That insulated roof up there is incredibly strong. It's got an R3 thermal value, so it's going to keep those horses a little bit cooler in the summer, a little bit warmer in the winter. But one of the things I really like about it is you don't have to worry about where the roof bows are to walk up and down the roof of this trailer to check your seals. So it's very, very strong, very dent resistant. We love these Cimarron roofs that we have. Underneath the trailer, these Cimarrons have 4-inch centers with V-trusses every other. So it's one of the strongest aluminum floors on the market. Everything's interlocking deck. So really easy to add length onto these trailers if you need a slightly bigger stall. We've got the first stall set at 39 inches and the second at 45. So that's going to give you a lot of room for those horses. That divider will still lay flat, but it's gonna make it really easy to change things up if you need to. So as we work our way around here, one of the things I love about these Cimarron trailers is these huge drop-down windows. These jail bars here are one solid piece, so you're not going to have to worry about breaking down a bar or having a little string that you need to pull. Cimarron really does a great job of having a nice quiet ride for your horses. So anywhere that they've got a potential for metal on metal contact, you're usually going to see some sort of plastic buffer there. And what that does is it prevents a lot of that high-pitched rattle that you'll hear on trailers. Another cool feature about doing something like that is that you actually have less wear and tear on your trailer. So metal on metal actually wears down a lot faster. Having this buffer of plastic will increase the longevity of your trailer. And these are huge drop-down windows. So if you need to go in and throw feed for your horses, it's not like you're trying to get them in these tiny little windows here. Hay bags you can easily put in and out here. And these big jail bars, if you ever wanted to run with your windows down, they're nice and sturdy. You don't have to worry about any horses trying to jump out here. This lays flat against your trailer. You're not going to have to worry about the wind grabbing it and ripping it up. One of the nice things about these Cimarron trailers is that they are very, very sturdy. So a lot of drop-down windows are just those prefab windows with those piano style hinges, and you're not going to have the types of issues where a horse gets a lead rope under the window and rips your whole drop-down window off. These are meant to last. All of these are grease-served hinges, so get yourself a grease gun if you've got a Cimarron, and you can go and maintain these hinges for years and years to come. And that's another thing we like about the cost of ownership, is if you take care of your Cimarron, it's gonna really last you a very, very long time. So I know everybody is in love with this trailer already. If this one's sold by the time you see this video, we've probably got another one like it either on the lot or on order. We can always build with the changes that you have in mind if you really want to customize it. Go ahead and check out our stock number on our website. It's 5N221757. It's a 2023 Cimarron Norstar 2-horse bumper pull. I would love to answer any questions you guys have about our trailers, either this one or one that we've got on order on the lot. My name is Callie Say. The best way to reach me is my cell phone. That's 970-309-6368. We love our Cimarron trailers, and I'd love to get you guys in one. So I hope everybody has a really great day. Thanks.